Hey guys, Brian and Aaron here from Five to Go, and we are on our first shakedown trip in our new RV.
Yeah.
Well, new to us.
Is it new?
To us.
Is it still new? I mean, we've had it for how long now?
About a month and a half.
Feels like we've had it for a long time.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just because we're ready to go. Like
Yeah.
we're ready to leave. We've been ready to leave, especially with the school year being all weird and all of that stuff.
Yep.
The only thing keeping us here is Aaron has one more week of work
Yep, later this
at
month.
the end of June, and then we're gone. June 27th.
Down.
So we've been piecing things together. Last video I did a steering stabilizer install. I've got the tow bars and the tow plate and all that for the Ford C-Max that we're going to tow behind this rig.
Mm-hmm.
Need to install those. Curtains, as you can see.
We do have
behind us.
curtains.
We have curtains.
But these beautiful curtains. I got these from Target, and then these are just white heavyweight from Walmart.
Yeah, and if we still had the balances up, we wouldn't be able to sit here like this, because
No,
that would be stabbing her over there.
Yeah.
And then I've been sitting in the dinette editing that last video, and I would have been stabbed in the middle of the back by the valance over there. So
Yeah.
I'm glad they're gone, and we're actually we're not going to carry them with us.
No, we
We're
decided
going
not
to keep the shades, the
Yes.
roller shades. We're going to take those off and wrap them up and bundle them real nicely and keep them downstairs. But the valances, they're just too big. They're
too big.
way too big. The ones for this window behind me here, there's two of them, and they're 6 feet long each.
Yeah,
which
they don't fit under the bays
I
nicely.
could make them fit, but then they'd be eating up a lot of space for other things that we actually need to have. So
Hopefully, if we resell it, it will be to people who prefer
yeah,
curtains.
it's so much nicer without them. And we'll have the roller shades,
Yeah.
and we might actually, if we get down to Florida and it's like crazy hot and sunny, we might put those
Put
up.
them back up. Never know. Things
yeah.
can always change.
Can always change.
Always change.
That's one thing we like about this lifestyle, actually.
Yeah.
That's we used to really like to plan super far ahead. Like with life, looking ahead years and years, and it's just like you're not guaranteed that, so just roll with it.
Just roll with it. Change is good.
Yeah.
The kids are easily adaptable.
Yeah.
Our dog is good. He kind of just goes with the flow. So
He doesn't care.
he doesn't. He's
As
just
long as he
like,
has
"Go
us,
here."
he's happy.
As long as we're near, he's a good happy dog. So first 24 hours. So we got here a little later yesterday.
Yeah.
So we got here around like 3.
Yeah.
And it's like the windiest weekend ever.
Just while we're here. It was
Just while
beautiful
we're here.
before we got here, and it's supposed to be beautiful after we leave tomorrow.
It's so windy. But today, thankfully, it's clear. There's no rain.
Yeah.
We got here. It had rained off and on yesterday, like a little bit. We got here, took the kids out to go to the playground, and I could see this like storm front moving in across the desert. And I was like, okay, we're going to go back to the rig. And by the time we got in here and our shoes off, like, have you all ever been in a squall before?
Yeah, it was something new to us East Coasters.
Yeah, that scared the bejesus out of us.
Yeah.
We pulled the slides in because we have those slide toppers.
So
we were a
what was
little
it?
worried about those.
You said there were 80 mile
80
gusts?
mile per hour gusts for what, about 7 minutes?
It was fast. It was real fast. It was
5,
like
7 minutes.
6 minutes. And we pulled the slides in because we were afraid of the slide toppers, because the
There was
wind
hail.
and the wind was coming like directly from the south, which was directly at the rear of the rig. So the wind was like going under the slide toppers and making them flop really bad. Raining sideways, hail. So we just basically rolled up the rug super quick and closed up and just sat here, and it was like
Shaking us.
Oh
and,
my
oh my
Lord.
goodness. So that was a little trial by fire.
Yeah.
It scared us a little bit. If we had been in the travel trailer, we didn't have slide toppers. We would have just left everything open.
out, yeah.
And it would have been fine.
And we might be overreacting.
I'm sure that we were.
I'm sure that we are.
I'm
'cause,
absolutely
like,
sure that we
there's
were.
all sorts of other people here with slide toppers, and they're not.
They were fine.
They were fine.
But it's our
Yeah.
first 24 hours out. We were like, I was just like, oh my gosh, we get here and we're just gonna destroy this thing the first time we take it to a campground. It was.
But on the flip
Little
side,
stressful.
it's actually pretty comfortable in here with the slides on.
Oh yeah,
Plenty of
it
room.
is.
Plenty of
The kids were even in the back on the bed.
Yeah.
They were still able to watch TV.
Yeah.
They weren't
Yeah.
even bothered by the whole thing.
Yeah.
Brian and I were like heart thumping, anxiety, just like, and then it was over. And then we went out and walked around town. So
Yeah.
it was great. We did not eat dinner in here last night because we were planning on grilling.
Yeah.
And 30-mile-per-hour sustained winds just doesn't go along with the Blackstone.
And again, all day today, pretty much. So I will be grilling tomorrow back at the house after the wind is gone. So it's just really bad timing with this weather. I really wanted to grill.
Yeah,
but
it's all good.
Yeah.
But sleeping last night, well, we played at the playground. The kids got filthy. Because after the rain and everything, we were out on the playground again. And so they all took showers last night, and that went really well.
That shower's huge.
Yeah, they did great.
Yeah, really well. And the hot water lasted a lot longer than it did in the other rig.
Yeah.
I think it's a 10-gallon tank. The other one was 8, I think. And you wouldn't think that 2 gallons would make that big of a difference, but either that or it just heats faster. We have it set, I can see the thing up there, we have it set to electric right now. So it either heats faster or that extra 2 gallons, and that's 25% more, than 8. So
that worked out really well.
Yeah.
And
also we've been trying to empty out the freshwater tank.
Yeah.
Because the freshwater tank, I think when I picked up the rig down in Ocala, they had filled it. The meter up there said a third. I'm guessing it was more like a half, kind of, in between a third and 2/3 where the sensor modules are, because it took forever to get rid of all that water. I didn't want to just dump it down below the rig by pulling the valve open. I figured we'd run stuff in, get the gray tank filled up, get the black tank filled up, flush the toilets a lot. Just getting a bunch of water in there, let it all sit and kind of loosen up, and then I'm going to do like a proper dump and flush before we leave here tomorrow morning. So that's one thing we're working on, but I had to go out and hook up all the water stuff last night. After dark, because Tara took the last shower and she didn't tell me that the water ran out while she was showering. She just said that she stopped it and got out. And then I went in to use the bathroom and I couldn't flush it. So, yeah.
Water's important.
So nighttime water hookups. I'm glad I had done it before, but it was all new stuff. So the pressure regulator, I went ahead and added an external filter. So we've got 2 filters going, one on the outside, one on the inside. But the pressure regulator hadn't been tuned. The filter was new, so I had to blow water through it. So all the, that like charcoal black water comes out before you hook it up. Bunch of new stuff, and it was dark.
The kids slept really well. The girls slept up on the loft bed, and
some of that wind.
Ben slept here with it folded out, and he looked really comfortable. He actually fell asleep up there with the girls, but I moved him because we didn't need extra up there, and he could be down here. And Vector slept on one of the new rugs where he could see us.
Have they seen the rugs?
I don't know.
Do you want to see the rugs?
You guys want to see the rugs? We have 2 that are the same.
Vector hurt his leg.
He did.
So he has a brace on his leg. He has a minor tear in the doggy version of the ACL.
Yeah.
It's called a CCL, right? CCL? I don't know what it stands for. And you saw the trash bag hanging over there. We do not have a trash can solution.
We haven't figured it out yet.
There's also a piece of artwork that we were going to use that now we're not going to because it's just too big. I think we have a good shoe solution.
Yep.
We do not have a good entryway solution. We don't have the outside mat yet. And after all that rain yesterday, it got so muddy. There was like 6 inches of standing water under that rig next to us. So we need to get some kind of mat. I don't think we want to get the same one we had last time. We had just one of the Walmart ones, that tan and black one that you see everybody has. I think we're going to look for like a more breathable one.
Because a lot of the parks on the East Coast are grass.
A lot of grass, yeah.
And so,
here
hey
comes
buddy.
trouble.
So, like Brian said, we only have about 3 more weeks, a little less than 3 weeks. So we need to finish doing what decorative things we want to do before we leave.
Yeah.
We need to finish doing some of the functional things before we leave. We need to get some of the artwork up on the walls so it's not just hanging out on the floor. So we need to pull out some of our command strips.
Yeah, I like using command Velcro for stuff like that.
There's a couple more things I want to buy. I think I want to get some of those Turkish towels because they take up a lot less room and they dry a lot faster. So if you have any insight on those, if you'll leave me some comments down below.
Do you have them and don't like them?
Oh, yeah. If you don't like it. I have read that sometimes they can pill a lot, and so I want to find a really good brand because I don't want and I want the pilling. I also want, we got some, when we do the tour, once we have everything packed in here, and it'll probably be that first stop that we get to, because then we'll know that everything has its place and we've driven so many miles.
You know, actually, our first stop might be the perfect time to do a tour
Yeah.
because the kids will be distracted.
Yes.
Yeah.
That would be nice. So you got to stay tuned for that. That's coming in a couple weeks because we head out. We're gonna have all of our stuff packed in here. We wanted to wait to do a proper tour until we could show you. We put this here because this fits here, and this is gonna be here. And
because the tour I did with Matt, it shows the rig. It shows all the parts of the rig. So we didn't want to just do that again. We wanted to show you guys how we are living in it, where we're storing stuff, you know, that sort of stuff. We think that's more useful. Obviously, we love touring rigs and looking at them empty too, but I think it really helps you guys, especially a lot of you new guys, to kind of, you know,
see where a family fits all their stuff.
Yeah, and see how little stuff you have compared to a house.
Right. Yeah. Also, we might have touched on this, but we might be getting something different to put here. Yeah. So stay tuned for that.
I think we'll launch with this. We'll keep it for a month or two.
I like it so far.
Yeah. How'd you sleep? It's not the best mattress.
We'll give it a medium.
Okay.
I slept long, like I slept for about 7.5 hours.
Yeah.
That's what Fitbit told me. But I wasn't always comfortable. I'm also used to a king size bed and not knowing that Brian's in the bed next to me. And so just, you know, I like to sleep on the edge. And I have to get used to sleeping kind of in the cave again and not having all of the room.
So we were in that last rig for almost 2 years, and then when we got into the house, I kind of missed that. I kind of missed having the walls kind of like where we're sitting right now, where there's walls kind of around your head. Mm-hmm. I kind of missed that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was fine with it. My challenge is just like routing the CPAP hose and all that. There's plenty of room for it for my actual like CPAP unit to sit on that little shelf, but it's just a matter of like routing the hose up towards my head without it like snagging on something, because that's really uncomfortable. It's a little weird with the way that the mattress is kind of shoved up between those two little side tables.
I think that's what I don't like. So it has the kind of overhang a little bit, and I liked in the travel trailer that I could lay right up next to the wall, and kind of like hunker in there, like put my back against it, or like get real close to it. And I can't do that with that extra ledge there.
Yeah, so it's kind of weird.
It's just something to get used to. I might have to put a pillow there, so then I can squish up next to it. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
What questions do you guys have for us? What things do you think we might need to make this a little easier? Is there something new that's come out in the last year that we've not been on the road that makes it easier for your family? Are there things you use to organize stuff, like
trash
shoes?
Cans.
What do you do for trash cans?
Trash cans. There's really no great place to put a trash can, and we can't put one in a cabinet. So,
no, we don't have the cabinets.
Yeah, so we're not sure about that yet. Yeah. And also residential fridges. We did not have a residential fridge in our last rig. And I'm not sure how to put stuff in there without it really sliding around a lot.
Yeah.
Because I have some bins that I put stuff in.
We might have to use those curtain rods. Pantry rods.
But I can't, because it'll just push the shelf above it up. You can't do them vertically. So.
Thoughts?
Yeah. So, and are there any like good organizational systems like bins or something that work in residential fridges better? Because basically what I did is I have bins in there with like the condiments and stuff, and then I put like the gallon of milk on the door so it's contained.
Right.
Because the last thing I want is something large full of liquid tipping over and draining while it's in there. So we've got a couple things coming up. This Sunday we're doing a giveaway with our Roadrunners.
Yeah. June 14th.
June 14th. We are giving away a 100-watt solar panel kit that comes with a charge controller and all the cables and a carrying case and all of that stuff. And we're just giving it away. So if you want a chance to win that, join our Roadrunners, 5go.com/Roadrunners. What else do Roadrunners get?
We send out stickers, and we also do 2 live kind of shows with them twice a month. And we also have some merchandise that's specifically for our Roadrunners. So those look really cool. I'm really excited about getting ours.
Yeah, we have some fun little extra things coming in the mail. Probably the day that this episode goes up, that we're going to be sending out to our $10 patrons. Yeah, that's a cool little,
very exciting.
little thing.
It's very exciting. It's something we've never done before, so
yeah.
We're excited about that. So yeah.
So, Fiona, it's just a couple bucks a month. We do behind the scenes stuff, deleted scenes, like she said, live streams, all sorts of fun stuff.
Little extra things.
Yeah, just go check it out. If you don't want to join, that's fine.
It's
Everything
fine.
here will be totally free forever. And
we still love you.
And we do. We do. We absolutely do. And we're coming up on 40,000 subscribers quite soon. Probably this month.
So if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and do that.
Yeah.
So then you get to see the tour later this month.
That's right. And we're launching in a couple weeks, so there's going to be a lot of like travel stuff and new destinations and using this thing, setting it up, breaking it down, hooking up the car, all that stuff. That's all new to us. So yeah. So stick around.
Yeah.
All right.
Talk to you guys later.
Bye, guys.
Bye.